I might go to the Open in Indy, but Grand Prix are like setting money on fire. What format is the Indy Grand Prix even? Is it a modern Grand Prix? I don't think it's modern, right? Non-MTG. I'm actually going to play in Epic Card Game has a qualifier tournament for a 50k tournament. So I do plan to play in, I actually plan to play Epic Digital at Gen Con. Take some cupcakes for Miracle Rogues. If you don't have the cards, then Odd Pally if possible. I have cards for everything at this point, Apprentice. Pretty much everything. And I actually really like the Miracle Rogue deck. The deck's really sweet. Esper Control isn't well represented in Modern because generally speaking, you want to play proactive decks in Modern. Kranko and Siege Gang. I think Kranko and Siege Gang are probably too slow. Well, unfortunately, Chad, I think we're about to get unlineared. Yeah, I'll be at Louisville this weekend. This will be the first Open I'm playing in a while. That's so sad. I really wanted a turn 3. Would we have killed them on our turn 3? We'd have come pretty close, right? He's reached +3. Yeah, we do Legacy donation decks on stream. We pretty much only do Modern Legacy these days. Gabriel Nassif thinks Dumpster Fire control deck is well positioned. News at 11. What you have to remember is that Gabriel Nassif's view of any deck that he's playing is skewed drastically by the fact that he's a significantly better Magic player than most of the people he's playing against. That's what you have to remember. Didn't even give you enough cupcakes. Here's more. Thank you, Apprentice. I appreciate that. Do you have a specific Miracle list that you'd like to see, or should I just grab my favorite? I'd have to see a deck list. I never like to reject or accept deck lists without looking at them first. We'll definitely play some Miracle Rogue this afternoon, Apprentice. Thank you for that. I really like that archetype. No, probably not. It's hard for me to justify traveling for smaller tournaments. I'm like just much better off spending that time streaming. Yeah, Ponza's on the no-fly list. I created an actual no-fly list tab on the donation queue docket. So if you open the donation queue, there's a no-fly list. I guess it's pretty easy. Ordeal of Heliod out, Path to Exile in. Seems pretty clean. I have played Shutterwalk. It's a lot of fun. It is a hoot. I have most of the cards to build. So I also, for those of you that are newer to the stream, I also do donation deck lists in Hearthstone now too. So any standard legal Hearthstone deck list, hit me up. $10 donation for subs, $20 donation for non-subs. For people that are bad at math, that means you should subscribe. Yeah, but I don't want to put Soul Flayer strictly on the no-fly list, Serpy Boy, because maybe there'll be one that doesn't look like a dumpster fire someday. Hey, Frost002, thank you for the Twitch Prime support. And there's a lot of great people streaming on Twitch right now, so I appreciate you supporting my content this month with that. I'm gonna Rancor this bad Mamma Jamma up. Do I play around Path to Exile here? I feel like I'm supposed to. God bless us, everyone. Damn it, Moto. I just think Ponza and 8-Rack, they just don't generate interesting games of Magic, in my opinion. Decks that remove all choices from the opponent while also not doing anything big or flashy just aren't very interesting to me. Hey, Dystopia. Thanks for the Twitch Prime sub. I appreciate that. Welcome. What's going on, Name It Chill? Yeah, this deck from Standard really harkens back to a time when, like, budget Standard decks were very good, right? Confusion is Bliss. That's a great username. Thank you very much. I appreciate the support. Welcome. Thank you, everybody, for helping me do what I do here. It's kind of wild that I get to do this as a job, and I appreciate the support of everyone that helps me do it. So, Reclamation Sage. But I really liked my Rancor. I really liked my Rancor opponent. It's so rude. Oh, wait. God, that's... I forgot how messed up this card is. That's not what we expected to happen. Easy game, easy life. All right, the tiny beaters are on the move, on the prowl. Ob's not going to change anything. It's perfect, just like we drew it up. God, we're so good at having our threats in our opening hand. We got Hardened Scales this time too. I'm sure we're just about to die on turn 3 again, but like, this hand's very good. This is like a fun version of Boggles. I agree with that assessment. It's really rude, opponent. Trailblazer. So I think I'd rather just play Skyguard this turn, right? Uh-oh. Ruh-roh, Raggy. Ruh-roh, Raggy. Probably should have fetched shock there to get another green source. Gosh, maybe they don't have it, chat. Maybe they don't have it all. What do you think? Is there a chance they don't have it all? What are the odds they just don't have it all? Sweet, Big Mama. Next turn, this is lethal, right? Peace, I. Catch you later. As an avid reader, I know how this book ends. That's great. The answer you need for the top 2 decks of Modern. So, the thing that makes Modern very different from formats like Standard and even Legacy is how varied it is. So, the amount of variety that exists in Standard is pretty huge, or sorry, in Modern is huge. So even if you have, let's say, something absurd like let's say you're 90%, and you're really not 90%, but let's use 90% as an example. Let's say your deck is 90% against the 2 best decks in Modern. Well, the 2 best decks in Modern, together, they're less than 20% of the room. So if you're 90% against 20% of the room, but you're a hot dumpster fire against everything else, you're not going to have good matchups in the average tournament. My recent counts actually count them as a lot higher than 10%. Humans alone has been 10% of the top finishes of decks recently. I'm really sad I was too sick to finish my article. My data article is going to go up next week. Or is it? I can give you a sneak peek on my data though. April, May modern data. So this is looking at large modern tournaments in the last 5 weeks, the top finishes. So humans, Affinity, Hallowed One, these aggressive decks. So even if you're like great against these 3 decks, like these are only a quarter of the room, right? These 3 most popular aggressive decks. And like there are so many decks. There are 52 decks on this list that have done well in a large modern event in the last year. Or in the last 5 weeks. So the problem with MTGO Top 8 is that MTGO Top 8 includes Magic Online data, and Magic Online data is left intentionally incomplete to make it difficult to estimate metagame percentages of things. It also includes data from lots of smaller tournaments that most people would be correct to not consider relevant. Be Rich, it's the same link as the Magic donation queue, but there's different tabs in the spreadsheet at the bottom. It's not a bad deck, it's a control deck in a linear world. This is another really good hand, yep. Especially if we hit a land here. Like if we hit a land that gets to go like Scales into Hyena Umbra into Mutagenic Growth, we could possibly kill them on 3. As someone who's only played 1 match with the deck, I don't have a good reason to play this over Bogles. I definitely need more practice with this. There is a vintage list on the queue. The people that have their faces on the banners in the corner of my screen, they get a little bit more leeway to put things like vintage and standard decks in the queue on occasion. Our opponent accidentally F6'd their first turn. Please don't fatal push me. Please don't fatal push me. Please don't fatal. Yes, I didn't get fatal pushed. God bless you. God bless us, everyone. Yeah, it looks like they might be playing Green Black Rock. Definitely. I'm going to hold up Apostle's Blessing here as opposed to jamming the Trailblazer in. I think it's correct to play around removal here. I mean, control decks don't even really get free wins in Legacy. They just have such an oppressive collection of good cards that it doesn't really matter. And now I'm going to play the Trailblazer out because I would like to play around the Leon of the Veil. No, my wife and I can only do 1 big trip a year, and we do Gen Con. It's tough to sort. We don't want to inflict the children on their grandparents too many times in a year. I don't want to wear out the wonder. I like big butts and I cannot lie. My other brothers can't deny. Which member? Sad member. All right. Hop Hero, I choose you. I mean, the good combo decks don't lose to Force of Will. Like, all of the tiered combo decks in Legacy are very resilient to Force of Will. Yeah, anyone who has children under 3 understands what a nightmare traveling and like dealing with hotels and stuff is with them. It's a hero, JW. Why do you hate heroes? God, the basic artwork in these latest sets has just been so fantastic. Just truly beautiful. Mardu got cut from today. Perfect Iron sounds good. How do I beat a 5/6, chat? There's a bug in my face. Why is there a bug in my house? Hey, Bladewing, thanks for the 2-month free subscription. I do appreciate that. Welcome back. How are they dead? No, we're definitely off, right? We actually, it's funny. It's funny that you say that. I actually literally have one of the kids' cots underneath my desk here that I'm using as a footrest. Can you see that? Yeah, it's got my mat on it here. It's kind of hard to see because the lighting underneath my desk sucks, believe it or not. We have 2 children's cots that we send them to the grandparents with. Sorry to anyone I just nauseated by doing that. All right. Yeah, I think I'm just supposed to pass. Shouldn't play the land in case of Liliana Plus. That is a great piece of feedback. Look at constructive and useful feedback. Thank you, FS Kurta. Yeah, we were playing. My wife's really into board games, and I enjoy board games. And we were playing. One of her friends brought over this game called Dice Throne, and I couldn't put my finger on what felt so weird about it, and then it hit me halfway through that there wasn't artwork on the cards that we were playing with. And I was like, oh, that's what feels off. These cards just have a name and lines of text on them in the actual deck that we were playing with. I was like, it really, like, that lack of cohesion that really pulls it together. This is just a subscribers donation deck list, just like most of the things we play here. Yeah, if they play Lillian Plus, we would definitely just like vomit our hand here. But I think it was right to keep the planes in hand in the event of a Liliana. Stop it. So this one needs, they both need Pro Black, right? To be fair, the quality of the Magic art basically comes with the maturity of the game too, though. Because, like, if you look at a lot of early Magic art, a lot of it's pretty terrible too. This is on my opponent's turn. So attacking through the Goyf isn't relevant because we can't attack on their turn. Really want an Ordeal of Heliod now, right? I'm really confused why they're conceding, but I'll take it, I guess. Leyline seems good against the discard deck. Ordeal of Heliod seems not needed. Do we think this is a path matchup? I guess they don't have Bolt to play around. This is probably almost certainly an Ajani's Presence matchup, right? I think trimming these Mutagenics is probably reasonable. I'm gonna bring in one path. This is the last Magic deck of the afternoon. We're gonna be on Tuesday and Thursday, wrap up with some Hearthstones. This is the last Modern deck of the afternoon, then we're gonna wrap up with a few Hearthstone decks from the queue. This hand is great. I'm actually going to keep this Leyline in my hand because if they have a way to get Leyline off the table, it's probably Maelstrom Pulse anyways, and I'd prefer to keep this to discard to Liliana's +1. I just looked at Moss Monster. It was a mistake. All right, now I have to look up Moss Monster. God damn it, Wizards. God damn it, Wizards. That is certainly a piece of artwork. That is certainly have fun sleeping tonight, everyone. Enjoy. Sweet memes are made of these. Who am I to disagree? Travel the world and the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something. I don't think I can afford to play this out onto here if they have another piece of spot removal. They likely have another piece of spot removal here, so I'm just going to go ahead and attack with this. And then after they kill this, we'll go new Hoplite into Hyena Umbra. Yeah, yep. Yeah, I always forget about Scryfall. It's definitely much nicer than the Gatherer. It's just like... old dogs, new tricks. That was not the one I meant to cast. I meant to cast Hyena Umbra, but we were talking about Scryfall. That's a tilt. Because if I would have put this on here, it would be insulated against removal. Whereas now it is not. I think a lot of the old dual lands look really atrocious. You know, that's probably gonna get some people. Other cards people think are iconic that I really hate the artwork on. I really hate the artwork on. What is that card? Force of Will. The OG Force of Will I think is really hideous. Whenever people talk about that card being beautiful, I'm always just like, eh. We were rewarded for the mistake. They had Languish. Yep. In contrast, I I really like a lot of the newer Force of Will arts. I forget which one it is, but the one where she's like, I can't even verbalize what the artwork looks like in my head right now. If they're playing my deck list JW, they're playing a split. Yeah, Eternal Masters with the girl. EMA. Yeah, chat knows. Chat knows. I need a hero. I need a hero gonna save me. Do 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 do. I've built a boy, and he's a big boy. He's a big mamma jamma. He's a biggin'. I actually really like the Future Sight Tarmogoyf. What was the joke between my friends and I was always that the new Tarmogoyf's just like some kind of dirt dinosaur. It's not actually a Lurgoyf. Look, most of the songs I sing on stream are not the actual lyrics, chat. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Don't kill my hero again. Don't do it. Oh, they have nothing. Scoreboard. Scoreboard. Thank you everyone for hanging out today. We're now 1-1 with Bant Heroic here. If you're enjoying my content, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are the reason I'm able to stream full-time here like I do. Also consider checking out some of my sponsors. MTGO Traders is your source for all Magic Online stuff. Using code Hoagland PayPal, you can save 8% on your singles purchases there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles using promo code Jeff5. You can save 5% on all your cards there. And of course, Mack Weldon provides premium men's clothing using code Jeff Hoagland at bit.ly/whoclothes. You can save 20% on your first order there. Any rate, our third match just popped, so let's head on in here. See if we can continue being the hero that we need. Oh man. This basic island though. Heroes never die. I wonder if the lack of a Dryad Arbor in this deck is a mistake. Like, a hand like this is pretty keepable if we had a Dryad Arbor in our deck, but we don't have one, so I need to mulligan. Seems decent. Needs a green source. That's actually a decent draw. Nah, I'm gonna look for a green source. Uh-oh. How are my thick boys gonna stand up to all this health gain, chat? How are my thick boys gonna stand up to all this health gain? Green source. Ding. This match is a bit like a frat party. You got bros and chicks. It's like none of them are even wearing clothes. This dude's naked. This one's mostly naked. This one's mostly naked. Put some goddamn clothes on, people. Put some clothes on yourselves. This is a children's game, right? Can we get some clothing on these creatures? Hoplite smash! It's skins versus skins, right? Really want to draw Ordeal of Heliod or Ordeal of Thassa, right? So we can draw some cards. Was it even worth playing that to give them 3 points of health? It might not have been. This looks like a kitchen table game, right? I concur. Oh. All right, can I eat this bar without my stomach revolting? That's a good question. Oh no, this is Spectral Precision? Crap. Well, we did. Welp. Well. I think I'm actually just clicking submit here. I think any of these board cards are particularly good. Maybe these Path to Exiles are fine. Maybe. His end is fine. Not exciting, but fine. Oh. Oh, chat. Oh, chat. Why does my body hate me? I'll be right back. That's really rude, opponent. At least you don't have a second land, I suppose. Yeah, I don't even know what this is, because, like, neither of my kids... Jake was sick for a little bit last week, but he was spitting up. And I haven't had the same symptoms he had. And nobody else in the family's been sick so far, knock on wood. Yeah, it's probably some kind of food bug. Christy and I eat out fairly often, so it's pretty likely that I ate something at a takeout place that she didn't eat. And that's to blame. It's been about 2 days at this point, though. I'm really hoping it was a food thing at least, because that means it's not contagious for the kids. Pretty sure I'm just jamming Mutagenic Growth in here while the getting is good. That 04 free block value. Fuck, they have another path. It's possible I should have split these up between both of these. That way if they had another path, I could keep pressuring them. Yeah, that was probably a mistake. I think I should have split those up. But I guess the Rancor is coming back, so like it's not the end of the world. Sunlands can't target white creatures. Romaine, really? I definitely had a salad bar with romaine lettuce in it. Is that a real thing? It was a couple of weeks ago. The mono red deck was really sweet, but Mox Amber in it was really underwhelming. I feel like this deck would be insane if we could always draw Ordeal of Thassa, but we're not very good at drawing Ordeal of Thassa. I need to redo my camera border so it's Sharpie. Get out of here. Do you really think if there was a Jeff Hoagland card on Magic Online, Wizards of the Coast would take the time to update its border? Does that sound like treatment Wizards of the Coast would give yours truly? We are 1-1 in this league with Heroic. Well, this match does not appear to be going well for us. I should probably update the casting cost to be 10 though, since donation decks are now 10. Is this Pauper asking the important questions? That is 100% why some of them are not colored in, because WotC definitely had to do them individually. I didn't block there because I clicked through it. I think we're dead anyways. We need like Ordeal of Thassa into gas. They still have 7 cards in their hand, so I'm gonna concede to this path. Just don't have anything going on. All right, next take. Yeah, there's actually 4 copies of Horizon Canopy. So we just flooded on the 16 non-Horizon Canopy lands. We can't 3-2 with Ban Heroic, right? Reflector Mage will be really savage here. Thankfully, it's just a Mantis Rider. I think we're in an okay position to race that. I'm gonna go ahead and use Mutagenic Growth to push damage this turn. We'll hold up the Blossoming Defense for now so we don't get savaged by a Reflector Mage. We're dead in 3 to this. If they have another rider, we're dead in 2. Noble and Athalia's Lieutenant also makes us dead in 2. Ooh, that's a beating. Are we just dead now? I think we're just dead to that. think we might be just dead. If I shock this in, we just died a Mantis Rider. Yep. Dead to this due to Exalted triggers. It definitely feels like bad Bogles. It's definitely the feeling it gives off. This is a good Ordeal of Heliod matchup. This is probably a less Ordeal of Thassa matchup. Mutagenic Growth seems valuable. I'm actually going to cut some Hyena Umbras because they can just Reflector Mage us anyways. So there's a lot of people that stream Magic Online that are going to wait and make their opponent make every possible misplay. And if I'm playing in a tournament, yeah, I'm not going to concede to my opponent having lethal on board because they might miss it. But I'm playing Magic Online for fun bucks in a queue. If I'm dead on board, I'm going to pack it in because I'm the purpose of Magic Online to me isn't grinding fun points. The purpose of Magic Online to me is to like kind of feel how my decks feel in a given matchup. And my deck lost that game. I was dead on board. And regardless of if my opponent took the line or not, my deck was dead on board. So I'm going to concede to being dead on board. And if you're someone that wants to grind out every possible percentage points while playing for fun points on Magic Online, you're welcome to do that. But I don't believe in that, doing that. That's not what I'm looking to get out of playing Magic Online. Correct. Yes, your time is worth money. Your time has value. Magic players are so value driven that it really surprises me how little some of them value their time. They named Mutagenic Growth. All right. Well, if they don't Reflector Mage us, we're in an amazing spot. Actually, I guess I just hold up Apostle's Blessing and then we can't get Reflector Maged. Yeah, that's probably right. Opponent reconsiders valuing their time and packs it in. God bless. $35 life confirmed too strong. I'm gonna keep this on the draw with a scry. Ordeal of Heliod is pretty important in this matchup, so I think banking on drawing a creature is worthwhile. Opponent didn't look at our life total until then. They did the math. They did the monster math. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. We are 1-2 in this league. Because we had them dead much faster than that. Spell Hunter should actually just be called Monster Mash, right? I wonder if they'll name Ordeal here. Yeah, that seems smart. Maybe I'm just supposed to cycle Horizon Canopy this turn. I didn't board in Path, so we don't really have a clean answer to this Meddling Mage. This Trailblazer kind of keeps the board held down on the ground, which is nice. I guess there's a non-zero chance they like attack with both of these things here, and then I like Blossoming Defense my Trailblazer and block. Or not. Yeah, Jamoko's command seemed like it would be really sweet in here, although 2 mana is a lot in Modern. I guess Blessing gives me pseudo unblockable, but it seems weird to take that instead of Blossoming Defense. No, I can't double Blessing because there's a Thalia in play. They only have Ground Pounders here. We are definitely in an okay spot. I think Mono Blue Living End's a fine fringe deck. It's doing something that's kind of objectively powerful and proactive, so it seems okay. They pushed Vial to 4. If they have Resto or whatever that other card is called, that could be real bad for us. I could have Resto. Hostage Taker. That sounds sweet, Luca. I mean, if they had Hostage Shaker, they would have vialed it in response to the Apostle's Blessing. So it's pretty irrelevant. I think we might be dead, chat. So I can't kill this, but this lets me bounce with it, which is nice. Just don't really want to take 7 here. I'll spread my love out a little bit here. I don't know that we can really go wide to match them. Sun Titan is a giant. Not a human. We're gonna pack it into a Reflector Mage here. This attack seems so good for me. Seven, 10. I guess I'm obligated to chump here is the way it works out. I guess I don't have to chump even, right? I can go bounce, eat. And then this is 6, 9, 10, 12. No, I want to be able to cast Ordeal of Heliod. Why would I block Thalia? Is there a reason to block Thalia? There's not, right? I'm pretty sure these blocks are best because I just want to cast this card and gain 10. This is a pretty big boy. Like that attack last turn might cost them the game. Because I can pump this a chump here. I think they have to pump the brakes, right? Nope, that is not their deduction. Three. Am I dead? No, it's only 12, right? We did not play the rock deck today. I think this block is fine. 9, 10, 12. All right. Some medium minus attacks there on the opponent's part allowed us to push through that game. In combination with Ordeal of Heliod. Ordeal of Heliod jumping our health total is definitely very good. The heroes, they're not the heroes we deserve, but they're definitely the heroes we need. Yep, Nivik, the start of every month is a new season. This is going to be my last match of Magic for the afternoon. Thanks everyone for hanging out through the end here. We're going to wrap up today's stream with a few Hearthstone decks. So be sure to stick around for that if you enjoy that game. Or if you haven't checked out Hearthstone in a while, their current standard format is pretty great. Highly recommend giving it a try. If you're interested in more Magic stuff, I'll publish all of my videos from today on my YouTube later this evening. And I'll be back with more live Magic tomorrow morning for a little bit before I leave for the Open. Yeah, I started playing Hearthstone like 3 weeks ago now. I've really been enjoying it. I'd never given it a real chance before, and it's a great piece of software combined with a really great format. I actually think Quest Rogue is the deck that gets nerfed the least from the changes that they're making, Tom. I actually don't really think you want Stubborn Denial in this deck. I think just the straight up protection spells are probably better. I think my biggest piece of feedback for this deck is probably that we probably want a Dryad Arbor. Hey, X-Timmy, thank you for the big resub for 2 months in a row. Be sure to drop me a line and let me know what you want your complimentary donation deck for the month to be. Thank you, thank you. Quest Rogue is a blight on the format and should be nerfed into Oblivion. It's Kite Sail, yep. It's like a cockroach. All right, I mean, that is a draw, insulates us from Reflector Mage, right? The question here is, can I actually race? I feel like I have to try. Oh, that was another Kite Sail. Yeah, we don't want to pro white make our Hyena Umbra fall off. That's kind of a beating. I probably need to hold this back on defense at this point. One of our main deck Ordeals is a good draw. I'm not sure that we're going to be able to, yeah, I think we're pretty dead at this point. Don't have enough to stem the bleeding here. I think I want these paths. I didn't board them in last time, but I think that was wrong. Mutagenic Growth. Actually, I'm just going to cut the Hyena Umbras. They're okay for trading inside of combat, but a lot of time we're going to be wanting to get protection from white anyways, which makes them a little bit awkward. And I think I want the paths for killing Meddling Mage. The Mox Amber deck was really sweet. Mox Amber was kind of underwhelming, but the actual mono red deck was really neat. Auras will, so this is part of the reason why they removed protection. Part of the rules of protection state that it can't be enchanted by enchantments of the color you have protection from. So gaining protection from white while you have a white aura on your creature makes the aura fall off. The Umbra used to be Defiant Strike. That's interesting. I kind of like the idea of Defiant Strike. It gives the deck some velocity. Because, like, it feels like the Ordeal of Thassa, like, gives you a way to kind of come back into games that you would normally be out of sometimes. So, like, having that velocity to do that, to find that card more consistently seems ideal. That's interesting. Do they not realize that I'm going to trigger this turn? Maybe they didn't realize I was going to trigger. Maybe they just have... They have Reflector Mage and they don't care that I'm gaining 10. That could be fair too. So attack you for 6, gain 10. I guess they have Reflector Mages to send him back from when he came. Just continue to not give a shit. They're at 14. That's fair. Oh, I can't recast you. That's sad. How about a 15-point health swing? 16-point swing into 15-point swing. Don't mage me again. God bless. God bless us, everyone. This is my 5/5 flyer. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Yeah, the Hardened Scales has been super impressive. Wait, let's just kind of go over the top in a nice way. I couldn't cast Hero because it got Reflector Mage, Dugs. I was going to do that, and then I realized I couldn't cast it because of Reflector Mage's text. Extras, thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. Thanks for farming the ads you can. They held back because they triggered double exalted on the Reflector Mage, so they got more damage by not attacking with this. Don't we have Battle-Wise? No, that's Favored. Gross. Oh, God, we were so close, chat. Oh, we were so close. Huh? They make a bet. They make a bad block here and they could die. Play nice, Fleckmister. The rules are up front and the same for everybody. Huh? Mantis Rider's beatable. Third Reflector Mage would not be, but Mantis Rider, we're still in this. They have 1, 2... That was a good draw, chat. What do you think? What do you think, chat? Was that another good one? Baby. Hit me, baby, one more time. Everybody block now. Everybody block now. How you doing, opponent? How you doing? I think something beautiful is blossoming between us, opponent. Something fantabulous. Look at that. For the exactsies. For the exactsies. Alrighty. It was quite fantabulous, don't you think? Do I want this other Ajani's presence in my deck? God, I almost feel like I do. Rancor is a heck of a drug. You can always find deck lists in the donation queue, as well as on my Stream Decker page. I have no idea, Scrafted. I don't really know how much decks cost. I'm kind of blissfully ignorant of that. Unfortunately, can't keep this hand right. The title should say Bant, Heroic, and then Hearthstone. If you haven't refreshed your stream page, it doesn't update when I update for you. It kind of sucks, but I have to keep that land because it makes blue mana. I definitely don't think Storm is tier 1. Thalio's annoying, but not the end of the world. It's a good draw. And by good draw, I mean it's a 6th land in our aggro deck. Gonna cycle Canopy here. I just have a snake. Snake is scary. Definitely not in a very good position to race a snake currently. Need a Ordeal of Heliod ASAP. Oh, this is gonna be a Kite Sail freebooter to take my only card away. That's kind of a frustrating end. I think this deck's doing something that's kind of cute. I definitely think it probably falls into the camp of being bad bogles. As far as the mana in the deck is concerned, I definitely think you want a Dryad Arbor in the deck. I think you probably don't need more than one Hallowed Fountain, especially with the basic island. So, like, I'd probably turn the second one of these into, like, a Seachrome Coast. Maybe even turn one of these Temple Gardens into a Seachrome Coast, too. Just gets, I guess we only have 4 blue spells, too, so, like, maybe you don't need to overdo the blue. But this deck's doing a lot of similar things to Bogles. It was fun. I liked creating giant men and women and beating my opponent to death with them. Oh... Don't end, Cap. All right. At any rate, wait, did I? I totally did.
Bring my diary.
Forgot to record a local copy of that. I'll have to clip it out of there later. All right. At any rate, we are going to swap on over to some Hearthstone for a little bit. So if you haven't played Hearthstone in a while, their current standard format is really sweet. If you haven't seen the Twitch extensions for Hearthstone, they're also quite excellent. Get Innkeeper active here. I'm gonna put my headphones on because this game has nice